In this video, you guys are going to learn product lighting in Unreal Engine. I am going to show you studio lighting setup, how light works and some tips like lighting channel, ray tracing. So don't skip any part of the video. If you want to learn Unreal Engine in depth, I am having my live classes for you guys. For more details, check the description to contact me personally for in-depth learning of Unreal Engine. So now without any delay, let's jump into Unreal Engine. I am going to drag and drop a backdrop here. So I have this backdrop here, as you guys can see here. If you don't have this, you can create it in any DCC application like Max, Maya, Blender, etc. Or you can get it from Unreal Engine itself. Just go to Engine, just search here for motion, and you will find a 3D motion graphics template. You can right click and show in folder view. Here you can see this is here. Okay, and you can just import your assets as well from this. Okay, so you can do that as well. So I have done the same thing here. So let's just go upwards here. Let's just go to backdrop and I'm going to drag and drop this backdrop here. Okay, now this backdrop is loaded. I am going to just delete this plane here. So you can see this is our backdrop here. I'm going to move it somewhere around here. And now I'm going to delete all the lights that are here. So let's just delete the lights here. Okay, I'm going to just get our skylight for the starting point. So let's just click on this icon here. Let's just go to light and let's just have a skylight here. And I'm going to just make sure that it is having a HDRI capture. So let's just change it to SLS specified cube map. And here I'm going to load a HDRI. There are lots of HDRI that you can use. I'm going to use this desert outer. You can see the result here as well. Okay, and I'm going to switch this to movable. You can use lot of stuff here. You can use the road stuff as well. You can see the light here. Okay, I just want to have some small bit of ambient light here. So I'm just going to make sure that it is not having this much intensity, only around 0.1 or 0.2. Okay, but if I do 0.1, you can see this is having this auto exposure. So let's just add our post process volumes and let's just go to visual effects and let's just add a post process here. We are going to move it somewhere over here. Okay, and this also somewhere over here. So let's just select our post process and let's just type infinite and let's just turn this on and let's just go to our exposure and I'm going to make sure that it is having an exposure of -1. Okay, and I'm going to make sure that minimum and maximum will be set to 1 and 1 by default. Okay, so you can see there is a bit of light, not that much. So if I go here and now if I do 0.2, you can see the result here as well. If I do 1, you can see the result here as well. Okay, so let's just do 0.2 and I'm going to apply a material, a gray material. So let's just go to materials and here if I double click it here, you can see it's a base material and the value is around 0.18 here. So I'm going to apply this material here. Okay, I'm just going to discard the changes and I'm going to apply this material. And now you can see we are having a slight light here. Now let's just import our shoe here. So I'm going to go to shoe and I have this shoe model here and I have already created a static mesh out of this. I have got it from Sketchfab. So let's just get our shoe here. I'm going to switch to unlit mode here. Okay, and I'm going to rotate my shoe here around 90 degrees. Okay, so I'm going to make sure that my angle snap is turned on and let's just do 90 here. Okay, and let's just move it somewhere around here and now you can see the result here as well. Okay, this is looking nice. So we can use this and now I'm going to switch this to lit mode and you can see we have this a hint of light here, a simple hint of light. Now we can do the lighting part here and I'm also going to teach you how you can use the lighting channels to only get light and shadow on the shoe and not other part of the objects that are in the scene. So let's start with the lighting. Before doing that, I'm going to switch this to, let's say, 2 views. So I'm going to go to layouts and let's just do 2 panes here. Okay, and I'm going to do this perspective here. Okay, so let's just do something like this. Okay, and I'm going to bookmark this as well. So just press Ctrl+1 to bookmark. Okay, so if we are somewhere around here, if you press 1, you can now, you are now in the bookmark view. Okay, I'm going to make sure that real time is turned on and here I'm going to set this to auto and this to cinematic. Okay, let's just keep it to epic right now. And now I'm going to add a area light to start the lighting process. Let's just go to lights and let's just add a rectangle light. Okay, I'm going to make sure that it is somewhere around here. Okay, around my shoe. So let's just do something like this. Let's just rotate this around 180 degrees. Okay, so you can see the light here which is coming from here. Let's just set this to movable. Now I'm going to make sure that my light is bigger here. Okay, so let's just do maybe 100 by 100. Okay, we can start from the above light itself if you want. What I prefer to do, I do the barn angle and barn door angle to 0 0 here. And let's just move it. Let's start from the upward part so we can see the boot shoe that is lit here. Okay, so let's just make this bigger. Okay, somewhere like this and somewhere like this. Okay, something like this. So it can cover the whole shoe here. So you can see the result here as well. Let's just do something like this. Okay, so our shoe part is covered here. Now I'm going to move it upwards here, something like this. Okay, and then I'm just going to press the G key here so I can hide the light here as well. And now I'm going to increase the intensity to, let's start with 50 here. And now you can see the result. This is looking much better here as well. So let's just do maybe 100. Okay, so you can see the result of the 100 as well. If I do 1000, you can see the result of 1000 as well. Let's just start with maybe 300. Okay, so you can see we are having this light here. Now what I can do, I can duplicate it by holding the Alt key. I'm just going to rotate it here. So you can see my light is here. Okay, so if I increase this intensity right now, so let's just increase the intensity to maybe 2000 here. So right now you can see we are getting this shadow here as well. Okay. So you can totally play with the shadow values as well in the scene. You can play with the attenuation radius, and now you can see we are lighting the whole scene here. So let's just do something like this. Okay. And I'm going to make sure that it is having a good angle here. Okay. My shoe. And I'm not going to make this much higher here. Something like this. Okay, so I can see the result here and my camera is going to be something like this. Okay, so now you can see the result here as well. Okay, so we can do something like this here and now you can see the result here as well. Okay, so let's say if I do 1000 here, you can see the result and I'm getting this really soft shadow here because I have set the height and width to like 340 by 700. Okay, this is the reason it is doing this. Now let's just duplicate the light here by holding Alt. Okay, and if I rotate the light here something like this, you can see there are like two shadows here. Okay, this is not looking good. What I want my light and shadows only to be on this shoe here. In order to do that, what you can do, you can use the lighting channels. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to type here lighting. Okay, and you can see we are having this lighting channel. So let's just switch this to 1 here. And let's just turn off 0. So right now you can see it's not affecting anything in the scene because we need to tell Unreal that this shoe also have a lighting channel of 1 and 0 both. So let's just select the shoe here and let's just go upwards here. Okay, so you can see lighting channel is not here. So if I type channel, you can see we are having this lighting channel. So let's just click on 1 as well. And as soon as I do it, you can see we are getting this light at the backward side as well. Okay, so this is a really good stuff that you can use. Okay, and I'm not getting any shadows here. So if I turn this on or off, I'm only getting shadows on my shoe only and light on my shoe only. I'm not getting any shadows on the plane because my plane is in lighting channel 0. Okay, and this light is in lighting channel 1. So that's the reason we are not getting any shadow on the plane. So this is a really good technique. So let's say if you want some light only on the plane, then you can do that as well. Okay, now I want not this much light, I want to only cover this much area. So what I can do, I can play with my attenuation radius. So if I take this downward something like this, okay, you can see the result here as well. So let's just move it somewhere around here so we can get some really good lighting and shadows. Okay, and now let's just play with the attenuation radius so you can see how much it is covering. So this is looking much better here. Let's just take this So let's say this is going to be my key light. So let's just do like 1300 here. Okay. Now let's just hold alter, and let's just take a duplicate of this light. Okay. And let's say this is going to be my fill light. Okay. Now what I want my key light to be small and the shadows to be sharper. So I'm going to make sure that my key light is smaller here, something like this, so I get some really sharp shadows. Okay. Now I can reduce the intensity of this as well, so let's just do 700 here. Now you can see we are getting some really good results here. Okay. And here let's say we can do like 1200. Okay, and this is a good result. Now what I like to do, I like to go to post process, and basically I play with the local exposure first. Okay, so what I do, I take the detail strength to 1.4. So we get some really cool looking contrast here. Okay, and then I take my highlight contrast to somewhere around like this. So you can see the result here as well. This is looking really good. And now what I am going to do, I am going to just reduce this value here. Okay, from 1300, let's say this is going to be my fill light. So around 700, it is going to be fine here. Okay, and you can see, and now I want some soft shadows, so I'm going to make this a lot bigger, something like this. Okay, and this is looking really good. Now what I want to lead this front as well and somewhat back, because I want like a separation from background and foreground, so I can do it easily. So let's just create a new light here. Let's just go to lights. Let's just create a rectangle light again, and now I'm going to move it. Okay, so let's just do 90 here. I'm going to move this here. Okay, I'm going to go here as well. So I'm going to hide other lights here. Okay, so I can see this light here. Now you can see the result. Okay, I want like a rim light here, so I'm going to do that here as well. So let's just do something like this and like this. Okay, so now what you need to do, you need to take this to a much higher value, like 2000, 3000, to see the effect. Okay, but as soon as you do it, you can see we are getting this light on the plane as well. So let's just play with the lighting channels again. So let's just do 1 here and 0. We take this out. Okay, so you can see the result here as well. Okay, so you can see we are getting this lighting effect, okay, on the back of my shoe, but I need to make it bigger. So let's just make this bigger here. So let's just take this something like this. Okay, and let's just do something like this, and I'm going to turn my bandor angle and length to 0. Okay, so you can see the result here as well. Okay, you can see the effect here as well. Let's just rotate it a bit, something like this. Let's just take this backward. You can see the light now. Okay, so this is coming here, and now I can play with the attenuation radius. So let's say I want only in this area. Okay, so you can see the light here, which is going to happen. Okay, so you can see the result. Let's just reduce the attenuation radius to something like this. So you can see the result here as well. Okay, then you can play with this lighting here. So let's just do something like this. This is looking nice. You can see the effect here. Now let's just reduce the intensity. So let's just do 1000, and now you can see the result here. Okay, if you want, you can go up to 500 as well. So you can see the rim lighting. Okay, now I'm going to copy this here. Okay, somewhere around like this. Okay, so this is looking nice. You can see the rim effect here as well. Okay, let's just do 300. Okay, and now if I turn on all my lights here, you can see the result. This is looking much better. Okay, now let's play with our temperature. So I'm going to make sure that I'm having a combination of warm and cool temperature both here. So I'm going to take this to like a warm shade, something like this. Okay, I'm going to make sure that this is also having a warm shade. Okay, let's just do something like this, not that much warm. Okay, something like this. I'm going to make sure that this is having a cool shade. Okay, something like this. And I'm going to make sure here. Okay, so here I'm going to make sure that it is having a cool shade as well, so it can differentiate here as well. Okay, and same goes here. Let's just do a color temperature here of a warmer tone. So you can play with the intensity as well. So if I do like 2000, You can see the separation here, but I think 500 is a fine value. Okay, and let's just now switch to one view here. Let's just quickly create a camera so we can see. And one more thing I'm going to do, I'm going to make sure that this material here, let's just go to our materials and let's just apply a material that I have created here, which is this one. And now you can see the result. This is looking really good. Let's just create a camera quickly. So let's just go to create camera here and cine camera actor. Let's just switch to our cinema and let's just do a cinematic viewport. Okay, so you can see the result, and let's just do something like this. Let's just reduce the camera speed. Okay, so let's just do something like this here as well, and let's just switch this to like a film. If you want like a cool looking shot like a film, you can just take this down. Okay, something like this. You can play with this, so you can see this is a narrow width here. Okay, this is looking cool. And then what we can do, we can play with the focus as well. So I want this on the focus, and let's just take this from wide to a primeless like 80. And now you can see the details. Okay, so let's just increase our camera speed here, and now you can see the result. This is looking nice, and let's just do our focus again on this shoe here. So now you can see the lighting part. This is looking much really good. Okay, much better than it was. Now what you can do, you can switch this to like a detail lighting, and you can see how each lighting is getting affected. Okay, so you can just turn off all the lights and see how each light is affecting my scene here. Okay, so you can see we can get this light type of cool shot, then we add this light. This is our basically, so these two are our rim lights. Okay, so let's just hide them and let's just check one by one. So this is going to be my rim lights. Okay, this is going to be my fill light, this is going to be my key light, and this is going to be my fill light as well. Okay, and this is going to be my ambient light. So you can see there is a big difference in the result, and the result is really smooth due to this. Okay, then what you can do, you can play with the ray tracing here. Okay, so you can use the ray tracing and just make sure that samples are around 5. And now you can see this result is looking really good. So let's just switch this to lit mode here. Okay, and if I press F11, before doing that, let's just switch this to cinematic, and let's just take this result from screen percentage 100 to let's say 140, so we get a sharp texture result. Okay, and now let's just press F11 here. So let's just press F11, and now you can see this lighting is looking really beautiful. Okay guys, so you can use this lighting with any product that you want to showcase. This is like a studio light setup that I have shown you. With the help of lighting channels, you can create some really beautiful lighting, because lighting channels are having some really good benefits here. Okay, you can focus the light on one object only, and on the rest of the objects you can hide that lighting, and you can do vice versa. Yeah, the only drawback is that it only gives you 3 lighting channels, but they are more than enough to do a really good product visualization scene. If you like this video, please press that like button, share it with your friends who wants to learn Unreal Engine, and subscribe to my channel if you are new. And if you want some more lighting tutorials, just let me know in the comments below. Till then, I will see you next time. Bye bye guys.